All right, previously you learned how to add a fraction and a fraction, subtract a fraction and a fraction, and add a mixed number and a mixed number. So today we are going to learn how to subtract mixed numbers. So we're going to do 3 1/4 minus 2 1/2. Okay? So just like we did when we added mixed numbers, we have to make a model for each. We have to make 3 models for the 3 wholes, and then we need to make a model for the fraction to represent 3 1/4. So let's do that first. Okay, so I have 4 models. 1, 2, 3 for my wholes, and then a model for my fraction for my fourth. Okay, I need to split each one of these models into fourths. Okay, all right, so they are all split into fourths. Now I need to go ahead and I need to shade 3 of them completely to match my 3 wholes. So right now I have 2 wholes that are modeled. And now I have 3 wholes that are modeled, and I just need to do 1/4. Okay, so right now I have a model that represents 3 1/4. Okay, now I have to do my next fraction. I need 2 area models for my 2 wholes, and I need an area model for my fraction. Okay, I need to split all of them in half. All right, I need to shade 2 of them completely so that I get my 2 wholes. And then I only need to shade 1 here for my half. All right, so right now I have 2 models that represent both of my fractions. Now, if you remember with subtraction, it's a little bit different than addition. In subtraction, whatever we have over here, we have to take from over here. But remember, before we can do that, we have to get our denominators the same, right? Okay, so right now they're not the same. Right now my denominator over here is 4, and my denominator over here is 2. So remember, I have to do the opposite. So now I need to split these fourths into 2 parts. And I need to split these halves into 4 parts. Okay, now my denominator is going to be the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now I'm good. My denominator is the same. I can go ahead and start my subtraction. If I have 2 wholes over here, I need to take 2 wholes from over here. So that one would be gone. And that one would be gone. That gets me the 2 wholes that I had over here. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 parts over here, which means that I need to take 4 parts from over here. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are gone. So all I have to do now is count how many parts I have left. Okay? Count how many parts I have left over here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 parts left. That becomes my numerator. Out of a total of how many parts did I have in each model? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Remember, each one of these models had 8 equal parts. So my answer would be 6/8. Now at this point, you would have learned how to reduce. Your teacher would have taught you that by now. So 6/8 is no longer an acceptable answer. We need to reduce it to its simplest form. So remember, we need to find a number that's going to go into both 6 and 8 evenly. A lot of people would say, well, 4. We can put 4 into 8 2 times. Well, that's true, but 4 cannot go into 6 evenly. Okay, so we need to think of a number that goes in evenly. Well, what about 3? 3 goes into 6 evenly. 3 goes into 6 2 times. But does 3 go into 8 evenly? 3, 6, 9. No, I don't get 8. It doesn't go in evenly. What's the only number that we can think of that does? That's right, 2. So I would divide by 2, divide by 2. I know that 2 goes into 6 3 times, and 2 goes into 8 4 times. Is there any number that goes into 3 and 4 evenly? Besides 1, which we know would just get us 3/4. No, it's not. So our final answer would be 3/4. Okay? So continue practicing at home.